The people who are digging in the shamba, there's something that people are doing near your home and they're drinking and smoking. When you go there as a smoker, they keep on standing, they're looking at you. The women there don't want to talk to them. When you remain with them there, that is the time that you know that I told you sodomy is real. So take care of yourself, because boys who are sodomized are usually even more traumatized than rape. Rape is bad also, but sodomy for some reason gives it discourages the boys. You can also be sodomized there, the dorm. That's why discipline in a school is very important. Let me tell you, I cannot even emphasize how discipline is important in a school. Discipline is important. If you remember, if a teacher like me can go to the dorm and say, oh, wake up and go, or rather she can come anytime and check whether all of you are there. It's not because they want to do anything, it's because they want to ensure someone else is safe. And things are not, if people can come to your box and take the food, or take a whole box and take to the bathroom and take food. If they carry you and your neighbor, if they can carry food and your neighbor doesn't help you, what if you are raped by other boys? No, you won't even say anything. Boys usually are very shy. But today is when I'm telling you should speak up. Mr. Kamau is there. Don't even tell me because maybe you'll feel shy. Tell Kamau is there. Kamau can take anything. Tell him. Don't fear Kamau. Tell Kamau anything that happens to you. Tell Kamau. He's going to take action. He's fearless. He's very caring. He's a parent. Anytime. That's why for a boys' school. That's why I said even because I've seen things. That's why when I say discipline is important. When things are not okay and you allow things to go that you don't know. Go to a school that has 1,500. They tell you what sodomy is. We continue. Also, masturbation is in the responsible sexual behaviors. That is another way sex is abused. There is incest. Incest, so I said, when you have sexual intercourse with someone you're related to, for example, your cousin, you have sexual intercourse with your aunt, you have sexual intercourse with your grandma, you have sexual intercourse with your, this someone you're related to. And then there's rape. There's rape. They have told you can be raped. Yes, you can. Actually, you can even be raped by many girls. It happens also. You think this is funny? You think now it is funny? It is not funny. It is not funny. You know, here you're with other boys, you're just pretending. You can be raped by many girls also. So rape is whereby it's a rape when you're this old, but when they are young children, it's called defilement. Defilement. And then anyone that is having a relationship with a minor, all of you are minor. Minor, this is it's called there's a name. Pedophile. If you're having a relationship with a young girl in school, you are pedophile. That's a young child. You're not 18 years, actually it goes to 21. You are pedophile. Anyone in high school is a child. They cannot think clearly because you can just buy for them the need that you buy there and they sleep with you. They're not in the right way. They've not grown. Anyone in school. So we continue. So various acts of sexual abuse or various acts of irresponsible sexual behavior condemned by Christian. We said incest is condemned, rape, fornication, we said is premarital sex, adultery is extramarital sex, homosexuality, we talked about prostitution, concubinage, and then we talked about bestiality. So we talk about incest. Incest, I told you that you have sexual intercourse with your what? People you're closely related to, yes? You have with your brother, your sister, you have with your aunt, your uncle, you have with your father. Here we were talking about Christian teachings on human sexuality. Christian teachings on human sexuality, I told you that sexuality is a gift from God, just like in the traditional African society. I also told you God created man and woman is in his own what? Image and likeness. I told you that God commanded human beings to multiply, that is basically to procreate. And then they were created to complement each other. They were also created, man and woman were created for companionship, to give each other company. Yes? Also, they are equal before God, and they should have mutual respect. Basically what we're saying here is that they should have concern for each other. They should have mutual love, concern for each other. And then in the Christian teaching of human sexuality, we also talked about it's against irresponsible sexual behaviors like prostitution, rape, incest. And then you should not misuse your body because it's the temple of the what? Of the Holy Spirit. So I encouraged you yesterday to remain chaste until marriage. Because in marriage is where you will be joined. It's very easy. You're in school, you're learning, yes? So today I told you we're going to start with what are the differences between the African and the Christian understanding of human sexuality. So in Christian teaching, the boys and girls are encouraged to have close relationships. Unlike in what? In the African traditional practices whereby they're not supposed to mix. In Christianity, boys and girls are allowed to mingle. But in the African society, they should not mix freely. And if they mix, there should be a what? Under supervision of an adult. Also in Christianity, the sexuality is to complement each other for complementary roles. But in the African traditional society, it's strictly, if you are engaging yourself in sexual matters, it's for procreation. And then Christianity teaches on equality between it. Christianity says that man and woman are equal before God. But in the African society, what do you believe? Man is the leader, yes? And is superior than the what? The woman. Also, Christianity teaches on love between man and woman. Yes? Man and woman. In Christianity, we believe that a man and woman should love each other. But in the African society, yes, the woman is subordinate to the man. There is no love. You should be subordinate, period. So, what are the similarities between the Christian and African understanding of human sexuality? How are they similar? Both sexuality, in both African society and Christianity, the main purpose of sexuality is what? Procreation. That's what I'm telling you. If you're having sex, you're ready to what? To get babies. Also, it is sacred. In both. If I say both, I mean in Christian human sexuality, in Christian understanding of human sexuality in African society. In both, they view sexuality as sacred because you are able to give life. Also, virginity is encouraged in both, and as boys, you should remain chaste. Also, in both, sexual intercourse should only take place in marriage and not any other place. Also, they both discourage irresponsible sexual behaviors like rape. They discourage homosexuality. In both, the youth are taught sexual matters. So first, before we talk about the effects of incest, we read the Bible, Leviticus chapter 15, verse 6 to 18. We start from here. Leviticus, so that you can see it was even there during that time. Leviticus chapter 15, verse 6 to 18. Verse 6 to 18, yes?
However, concerning he who has the church as such wash his clothes, bathe himself in water, and begin and begin until the evening. And whoever touches the body of him who has the discharge shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and begin until the evening. And if who has the discharge sleep on one who is free, then he shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and begin until the evening. And there is another thing, who has the discharge shall be consumed. And whoever touches anything that was under himself, he must be until the evening. And who carries such a thing shall wash his clothes and bathe himself water and be until the evening. Anyone who he has touched without having his hands in water shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be clean until the evening. And the other lesson which you have And the priest shall offer them one for sin offering and other burnt offerings, and the priest shall make atonement for his before the Lord for his discharge. And if a man has the remission of sin, he shall bathe his full body in water and be unclean until the evening.
And every garment and every skin from which the sin comes shall be washed with water and be unclean until the evening.
If a man lies with a woman and has an admission of semen, both of them shall bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the evening.
Yes, so here you're being told sexual intercourse between blood relatives and members of the extended family is forbidden. Now we go to incest, a serious offense. We are told the punishment is death for incest. Leviticus chapter 20 verse 11 to 21. Leviticus chapter 20 verse 11 to 21.
The man who lies with his father's wife has uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall be put to death. Their blood is upon them.
If a man lies with his daughter, both of them shall be put to death. They committed incest. Their blood is upon them.
If a man lies with the male lies with a woman, both of them are committed to adultery. They shall be put to death. Their blood is upon them.
If a man does and a mother with his wickedness, they shall be burned with fire, both he and they. They will be known among them.
If a man lies with his shall be put to death and receive death.
A woman tries to have sexual relationship with an animal. She ate the animal or the goat from dead. They are responsible for their own death.
If a man tells his sister, a daughter of his father or a daughter of his man, and sees her nakedness, and she sees his nakedness, he is ashamed of him, and he shall be cut off in the sight of the children of your people. He has uncovered his sister's nakedness. He shall bear his iniquity.
So when I come back, we're going to read Luke chapter 3. So we'll see how King Herod committed incest by marrying his brother's wife, Herodias. And then we also talk about the perversion in 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 1 to 3. So on Monday, I think tomorrow we'll have a lesson. On Monday,